making this video because I'm gonna go to Richland College and try to enroll in the patient care technician. Now, I already enrolled in the class, the program. I just have to upload the paperwork. I have to get another application, get an application, and fill out which classes I'm going to take in the program. And I'm having so many problems with anyone telling me the correct information and making it very clear. I've already tried going to El Centro, talking to this individual here, and I've tried at least at least twice already going to the front desk, and they're pointing me toward another person to say, oh, they know the information, when I know that they should. So when someone tells me over who controls the program says, oh, go to the front desk, and then the front desk tells me, no, go to them, they know that I'm trying to enroll in class, and no one is giving me any chance to try to enroll and better my education. So much of me feels like I wish there was like a police department, or there was someone that I could go to and say, look, they're discriminating against me, they're not allowing me to go to school, I'm trying my best, I'm as respectful as I possibly can, I just want to know which classes I need to take. And every time I explain, they're making, they're telling me different information, and there should be all the information from all the people because they work there. And I spoke to one of the program coordinators, and they told me I've emailed them like yesterday and a couple of days ago. I've heard no response yet to try to schedule another phone call or another email. I've even heard from them, said maybe sometime later this week. Today's already Friday, so sometime next week. The classes are supposed to start September 1st. And I need to be enrolled in classes because I need to go find a job as a PRN to make sure I have enough money to eat food and get to class comfortably enough to take the bus. And it is very challenging because I'm being sabotaged repeatedly, over and over and over. I'm having groups of people plunge them, constantly attack, trying to make this some sort of dramatic, situation, and I really don't like it because I know that the ultimate goal is they do not want to me be enrolled in classes. Anybody that goes to a front desk should not be ever disrespected, or not, I wouldn't say just disrespected, should not be in any way talked to in any kind of form that's negativity or not influenced. And that's how I feel that the situation has gone. I'm going to go try again to go to the front desk and figure out what classes I need to take for this program that I've enrolled in, and figure out, because they have these two options. One is supposed to be 12 weeks. My understanding, one of them was 6 weeks. And since I already have a CNA license, I may, on this portion here, I may have to take a CNA class again, but I won't be taking the test, so I'll have to go over through the material again, and then I'll take a PCT, which is supposed to, I think, be 6 weeks. But one of the classes is supposed to be 6 weeks, the other one's supposed to be 12 weeks. They explained to me several times a 12-week course, so I'm like, and so they're making it very jaded. So I'm going to go over there and try. I talked to my mother about what's going on, the discrimination that's happening, and she just told me to pray to God. There's nothing that we can do if they're not going to allow you to go to school and make this difficult for you. And as far as today goes, also I need to go to the food pantry. I go to the food pantry that I posted on my Facebook all the time. I'm only, people are allowed to go there once every 2 weeks and get food, and it's kind of difficult because some of the food is expired, out of expiration date, which to my understanding I don't think is supposed to be, but I brought food from the food pantry, which I can't complain because it's free food. Someone is breaking into my room and then replacing even some of the food that I'm eating. So like I get like even food that I purchase. So I'll purchase food and I'll put it in my closet, or like a bag of chips, and I'll leave it there for a few days, a week or something, and I get the bag of chips and I look at the expiration date and it's 6 months past expiration date. So someone's breaking into the room and putting old shit food in my, so basically they're stealing my shit, and there's nothing that I can do about it. I pay $650 to live in here, and there's people that just come into my room and steal and put shit or arrange shit and move shit whenever they feel like it. But like I said, I'm going to go to the food pantry a little bit later today, and then that's very difficult because I have to walk, with like 20 pounds, 30 pounds, in each hand, picking up all this food just to get to my house and put the food away, which a lot of the food they give is extremely unhealthy. It's one of the reasons I don't like going to the food pantry, because it's very unhealthy. Maybe 25% of the food is somewhat healthy, but it is some light good food in some cases, but most of it seems pretty expired. I thought it was supposed to be through donations, but I'm not sure exactly how it works. But I can never complain because it is free food, right? And I wanted to talk about also my employment. Now, I had my mother, and my mother's twin has been putting me down beyond anything you can imagine, because they tell my mother what to do, because they're controlling my mother really bad, like just like a puppet. Anything they tell her to do, they tell her to spit at me, she'll spit at me. Not saying that she did that, but if they tell her to put feces in my food and serve it to me, she'll do it. She doesn't. She just has her own kids, and has her own family, and just like almost kind of scavenging toward me, just like and like getting just to the wolves, getting thrown away myself, and but I'm just dealing with what I have to deal with, and thinking of God and making the best of whatever I can, and can never explain how difficult it is, because I'm having still, whoever is using these electronic devices, I don't know what they're doing, but they're beating the shit out of my back. Like they're constantly shooting me all day, like just trying to mentally control me. But very specifically since I have lived here, and it's only gotten worse over the last 5 months, they have been shooting some sort of muscle into the lower back of me, that is crippling me to the point where even when I'm turning, when I'm asleep, I'm in aching, extreme pain. Like I can't even bend my back, and I don't know what it is that they're shooting, but they're crippling me. And here I am having to deal with this school stuff, to even register, get my life together, trying to make the best of it, and they're just beating the fuck out of me. I'm paying $650 to somebody to beat the shit out of me with these electronic devices, just to control me like an animal, like just some sort of robot animal. And I feel like I can't go to the police for any kind of reason. And it's very difficult when I'm making phone calls, sending emails. Whoever's shooting this electronic device is crippling me to the point where it's even trouble walking. Like it hurts. And I'm not lifting weights. I haven't injured my back. I haven't lifted something off the ground that's very heavy. Nothing of this nature. I am very aware how my physical body, if it gets injured, what that situation is to the very basic sense of it. Maybe not internal organs, but I know that it's someone that's doing this on purpose. And it's just like playing these mental sick games along with the people inside the house doing this. Like every day I wake up, every day throughout the house, this guy next door from me is opening and closing the doors, and it electrocutes my fucking body repeatedly, and someone tells him to do it, and it's just electrocuting me the whole fucking time. It's some Chinese guy from China or some shit. You know, then someone else opens and closes a door, and I feel the electrocution. I mean, it's like mentally just controlling me like a fucking slave. But that's what's going on. And as far as my unemployment, you know, I have to get a job at least, because I have to pay. If I have to pay for the SIR scan, I have to pay for the test again, which is like a patient care technician test is like $200. It's like $165 to $200 just to take the test. And then the SIR scan is like another $100, which I don't have to worry about the test because the test won't be until way down the road until November. But the drug screen, if I have to pay for the drug screen again and the background, which is like $80 together, and then I have to pay for the SIR scan again, record keeping, that's another $15. So I have to pay about, this is like record keeping is $15, drug screen, so I have to pay $100, it looks like, and then pay another SIR scan. If I have to pay another SIR scan, if I have to spend more than $200, which, or you know, on this enrolling process, I'm gonna have to go to work. I know this sounds like you don't understand. Like, I just got my GED 5 months ago. I went through, you know, tooth and nail just to try to get this CNA license, and it has been so. It's not a difficult class, but the people that were involved, the teacher, and everything that's going on has made this impossible. But I was very blessed enough to be able to use my mind just barely enough to be able to successfully pass this. Strenuously having to study to pass this test when I shouldn't have to. And I know that I can go through this patient care technician and pass it. It's going to be even twice as more difficult as a CNA. It's going to be very sketchy, but I know that I'm trying my best, and I wish people knew, understand that these electronic devices that they're using is not just physical, but there's an electronic device that alters your brain, literally. Like, they shoot the electronic device and they turn it up, and I don't remember what I'm trying to talk about, or I forget, or I stall my ability to talk. And I know that it's someone, like, I can almost watch them when I'm sitting there talking to them, like, fucking press a button and shit, and like electrocute me right in front of me. Like, I'm not kidding. And, you know, it just makes me, they're trying to make me look like I'm some crazy lunatic because there's police officers and law enforcement won't get involved, and they're participating in the homosexual and transgender ganging up against me at one time. You know, there isn't a single human being's soul that's really on any of my side. Not a single person. They're all 100%. They synchronize together to attack me all at one fucking time. Every single one of them. And makes this very, very, very difficult. But I may have to go to. There's a possibility. I hope, and I'm praying to God that I don't, but there's a possibility that I may have to postpone the patient care technician class until the next class, and that's not going to be until spring, I think. I don't think they have classes in January, because the classes end in November, and I don't think there's any more classes until next semester, so it's not until January or February. I might have to, and I think when there's spring classes, I think that's like March. So I hope to God it's not until March, because that's like 8 months from now. But I might have to postpone these classes until a later day. I really do not want to. I really, 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 really need this patient care technician license for me to officially start working in hospitals. I need that because it allows me to work in different states, but I'm going to be staying in Texas for at least a couple of jobs after I get a patient care technician. But I need that patient care technician. A CNA license is not enough. It'll get me well-rounded to work in nursing homes, and then you can work in hospitals with a CNA, but they just hire me as a PCT, and I'm not looking to that. I need a patient care technician license to be able to officially work and be not just trained, but work in different states as well, and it's required in some hospitals. So that's what my plan is. I really don't want to postpone. I'm very depressed about that. I do not want to, but they're controlling everything in my life, whether I get to go to class or not. And what I'm going to do is, in the meantime, I'm hoping that I can, from now until just September 1st, look for a job. So it may be also, I may be have to, because if I work this entire time, what I can do is I save up money, but I really don't want to be working full time until the next season, until the next class session. I need to enroll into this class and successfully be in there. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to find a job here until, and how many days I'm going to be able to work and earn money for before I leave and go back to school. But that's kind of what's going on. It's just very depressing. It's not that I don't want to go to school. It's not the environment. It's what these people are doing and ganging up on me at the same time. Like, there's not enough cameras. You don't understand. There's no law enforcement. This is why I was on the run for like 10 years, 12 years of my life. And they're still doing it. You can watch how they behave and how they talk with one another. It's like, it's very prejudiced. It's all the gays and straights versus me. And that's all that they're doing. Like, and they do very sick shit because they know that I was raped by a transgender. They get very sexual, fantasizing, like these kind of sick games at sometimes in some places. Not just some places, a lot of places, but a lot of individuals, because they think that I belong to their sexual genre or gender. You know, all with the gays and transgenders, you had sex with a gay. Like, no. And you know, I can't call the police. That's all that's there at the police department. It's nothing but transgender and gays. There's not one straight woman I've ever seen. Not one time at that entire, like, and it's all gay and transgender, lesbian, gay, transgender, all unite against me in teams. I mean, everything from me sitting down, from them trying to give me messages by going, like, angry faces or telling me, no, you're not going to do this or whatever, threats. Nobody sees any of that on camera, what's happening, but that's what's happening. So I can't tell you how many things are putting me down, but I'm going to go try. I'm still praying to God and the Lord that I would need to take this class. I need this patient care technician class, that if I get blessed, I can take this patient care technician class, then have from now until September 1st to work part-time, get something like maybe full-time or something to earn quite a bit of money. And then and have enough money so that I can eat well, very healthy, because they have a Subway at Cedar Valley College. If that's what, to my understanding, that's what the class is supposed to be. And then I can eat my Subway there, which is very healthy for me, and focus on just school, because the patient care technician, there's supposed to be two options. I don't know if one of them or both of them. To my understanding, one of them teaches phlebotomy, EKG, the other one doesn't. But I don't know what those circumstances is, because they're just back and forth confusing me intentionally, not wanting, sabotaging me not to go to school, and telling me I'm going to have some sort of DJ career and that's where you're going to go. And I mean, crazy shit, like, but it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very, very challenging to get this patient care technician, because I have to learn. If I take a patient care technician class, and I don't know if it's one of them that I don't have to, which I do want to learn the full course, but it may be better for me to take the short term, which just like a 6-week, and then I can later enroll, like next season, the phlebotomy and EKG, which is very important for me to get. Or if both of them, I have to take EKG and phlebotomy. I don't even know, because they're not telling me the correct information and sabotaging me. As a matter of fact, whenever I'm speaking to one of the teachers, these are success coaches. Okay, these are student success coaches that are supposed to not be sabotaging. That's their job. Like, and literally as they're pointing to me, they're like playing these mental games and doing this. Yeah, just do this, and then you just do this, and this, and like playing these fucking crazy games with me. Like, how much can I contaminate Hector and confuse him and play stupid for the gay community, for Kenneth, for the gays and the DJ movement, yeah, for Barack Obama, Michael Jackson, for the gays. Like, you can see the thrill that these motherfuckers have. I mean, these people couldn't, some of them couldn't care less and enjoy to see me, my dead body in a casket. And I'm not even kidding. I'm not joking about that. It's frightening that this is being allowed, and the police officers are participating in this type of discrimination with the students, with, you know, whatever faculty or whatever it may be. But I'm gonna go to class. I'm gonna go to school, figure out what they're gonna tell me. I hope. If I have to wait, then I'm not gonna have a choice. I really need this patient care technician class before I go to work, and I'm not gonna get into any other classes at least until another 6 months, because I have to work and get the experience and get situated really well, because it's gonna be a long road to try to get that LVN, or, you know, enroll maybe into medical assisting in the meantime. But it's going to be a long road. But after that, after a patient care technician, I'm going to have to wait at least 7 or 8 months, because I'm going to have to go to work. I'm going to work, get the experience, save up money, so that I can just focus on that class, because that's going to be very challenging for me. That's going to be like one of the most highest educational challenges ever in my life, to get an LVN. That's what the plan, that's what I'm going to go do. I don't even know if I can find a job. I don't know what to expect in a work environment and all that other stuff. I'm making phone calls. They all know who I am. They're hanging up the phone on me. I'm calling the nursing homes, and they're like playing. I don't know who's picking up the phone. There's so many people that know who I am. So much publicity. It's so much hatred just directed at me. And it's just constant. I wish somebody understood about what they were doing and what's going on. But it's such a homosexual, transgender, you know, like, they're just disposing at anything. They think they have very little respect, if any. And it's just because they're at the job site or whatever. But praying to God protects me and helps me. But they're, like I said, like my sisters told me, if they're not going to let you, there's nothing you can do. You know, they're not going to let you, they're going to sabotage you, there's nothing that you can do. They're going to do that, and it's because they're running their own show. So I got to go take care of these situations, and hopefully get registered and have good news today or later this week.